In this video, we're going to make what we'll call a no-frills box, and we're going to make it in order to practice making a box, but also to make a common type of box so that when we apply the different cam techniques, we can see how best our CNC machine responds to that, so we get a nice tight fit on the box between top and bottom. So we're going to start with a 3x3 piece of stock. That's 2 inches deep. And we're going to start with the bottom, and we're going to make an 1/8 of an inch offset here so that we can eliminate any imperfections from the rough cut of our stock, which is cut with things like bandsaws or table saws, and it might not be exactly 3x3. In fact, it won't be exactly 3x3. So we've done that. Let's now again use the offset tool to come back 1/4 inch, and we'll extrude down 0.75. I believe that is. Let's check our plans, which are right here. Yeah, it's a 3/4 of an inch for the depth here. Okay, let's again use the offset tool to make the lip of the box right here at 0.125, an 1/8 of an inch. Finish, extrude on the outside here will come down 0.25. So this is our box bottom without any fillets or rounds on it. So let's make those. Now what we want to do is follow these guidelines. So this is the part that we're making here in blue. So we're going to use a 1/2 inch end mill for now. The stock is rough cuts and can deviate from 3x3x2, so an outside 1/8 of an inch region is removed from the sides of the box to clean it up. We just did that. We're going to have a 1/2 inch clamping boss at the end of the day, which is right here. We're going to make the 1/8 inch wide lip on the bottom, which we just did. Outside of bottom piece's lip is projected onto the top part, which we're about to do, and then the inventor's offset tool is used to create a gap of some value to be determined at this point, so that we can get a nice snug fit between the top and the bottom. And that may be impacted by the cam decisions. I think it will be. And then we'll put exterior fillets of an 1/8 of an inch to remove the sharp edges so it's easier on the hand. So let's put in the fillets, and according to this drawing here, they're 1/4 inch. So 0.25, and then right there, and there, and let's make the interior also 1/4 inch, and okay, and then we'll make the fillets on the outside of the box itself an 1/8 of an inch like that, and I think we're okay there. Okay, I'm going to save this No Frills box. This is my 5th one, and let's now work on the top. So the way I like to do it is make the sketch on the other side, which is going to be the top, and then rotate it around and project the geometry of that face, the one here, onto that surface. We have this, and if we project geometry around the perimeter there, we can take care of the easier part, which is not that critical for the mating of the box, which is the outside here. And that goes down 1/2 inch. Okay. And let's see. Let's again make a sketch on that side and flip it over like this and do the exact same thing in terms of projecting the geometry. So we're going to get, let's see, what is that? Yeah, that gives us what we need. Or does it? So let's just project this face as well. That's going to give us that. Tell you what, let's project like that. Okay. So the one that we want to offset in order to get this thing to fit is we want to have this one here, which should be, I should have 3 if I'm not mistaken, concentric like that. Getting dizzy yet? And we're going to pull this one out by some amount, the one in the center. Okay. So the trick we've used before is that we can make one of these lines here. Let's get out of project geometry. If I grab the middle one here and make it a construction line, then it's not going to extrude, but I can still use the offset tool here to pull out some amount here, and 0.005. I'm going to use that value. We've used several smaller, and the boxes haven't fit together in my experience. And I did something that I always do when I use construction tools. I forget to turn this off. So let's try that again. Pull out here, and 0.005. There it is. And you can see that it should be a little bigger. And let's finish. And then extrude. And I really didn't need to do that interior piece. Project it, but I did. But no harm done. And I want to come down 0.25. So that is our integrated top and bottom. That should be okay. Now, I want to find out if I made this the way I've been making this thing over and over again recently. And 10.168 for the volume. And I've been making these for a while, and I want it to match the other ones. And this is just for my own sake to make sure I made that correctly. 10.170. Okay, yeah, this was 0.04 on the offset rather than 0.05. So let's come in here, and I just want to make sure I made this the same way that I made the gray one we just made, the same way as I've been making this one. So let's see, the extrusion I want, I believe, is this one. And you can see it's 0.04, so that makes sense that the volume is different. So let me change this to 0.05 and see if that makes up for that tiny difference in volume. 10.168. Okay, so I'm reasonably confident that this is the part that I want, that I made that correctly. Let's make this thing, I'm going to make it a color cadet blue and save it. Okay, now we're going to do the cam on this part, and this is essentially our test vehicle, our No Frills box, to see how we can optimize the cam and also that offset so that we get a nice snug fit on the box, top and bottom, when they come together.